So he was like, I watch them both, and it was crazy. And I was just kind of like, all right.
You're now listening to Blacks on Bikes podcast. Stay tuned for more music, info, and interviews. You are now on that crank, baby. Oh, yeah.
So he was like, I watch them both, and it was crazy. And I was just kind of like, all right. I appreciate that. And then when he said, he was like, I just don't know how you do it. How are you on dialysis and on a bike every day?
Well, man, brother, God gave all us gifts, man. We just kind of, take them for granted that, who am I? Nobody's just going to want to listen to me or hear what I have to say, you know what I mean? But, God puts the inspiration in all of us to inspire somebody.
That is my whole goal, and I believe in that. Like, if I could get to one person and be like, well, this guy can go and ride his bike after a dialysis treatment, why am I feeling sorry for myself? Or for the person who might just be dealing with something, maybe a leg missing, limb missing, all of that. They can still get out and go bike riding too. And I give you a perfect example. Last year at Ironman, and I have pictures of it, I might have to just send them to you so you can see them. There is this double amputee who got out of the water after they swam 2 miles in the water, got out of the water and had a specially casted bike with an arm and like a little foot for his amputee foot. And this dude darted off and was passing people faster than they could get out of the finish line. The little starting line, excuse me. And I was just so blown away by that. Like, I'm like, this guy can get up here, and he was a black guy. Keep in mind, this guy was a black guy. He can get up, get out, get on his bike, and haul tail down the starting line. There is no excuse I can't do this. Why I can't do this cycling thing. Well, I don't ride a road bike though. That's my only problem.
It don't matter as long as you ride.
Yep, that's my whole philosophy. And then my discipline as a mountain biker. Whenever we do single track, people be trying to figure out why it is they can't keep up with me. Look, I'm out in the street and I'm cruising downtown. I'm cruising out there in the woods. I will smoke you, point blank and period. There ain't no stopping, slowing down. I'm jumping over everything. I'm running through everything. I'm getting muddy. You name it, we doing it.
Right.
Yeah, so.
You go riding right after you do your dialysis?
Sometimes if it's really nice at night, like if the heat index ain't too crazy. Today it's 107, so it's a little dangerous for me to be out there today. But if it's not too muggy or not too crazy, and I'm not feeling like I got hit by a train, heck yeah. Down here in downtown Augusta, the nightlife down here is so subtle where you don't have a whole bunch of people that's like really crazy. Everybody just like chilling. They go to the bars, people bar hop. They got these hookah lounges around here that's really popular. And all of the restaurants that have like live music or they have bands and stuff. So I like to just cruise the strip and, sometimes stop in, get a soda, give me a little something to eat on, cruise back to the house.
I want to hop on into the answering you some questions too,
I'm game. Talk to me.
Yeah, once I get down to recording everything, people get to know you know a little bit more about you. So, first, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you, and this is A.L. Too Smooth.
Al Too Smooth.
Al Too Smooth. I just want to see if you're going to correct me, but it's all good.
Okay.
Al Too Smooth, baby. And he's in Augusta, Georgia. So let me ask you a question. So how did you get into mountain biking? And how long? Well, first let me ask you this question. How long have you been mountain biking?
I have been mountain biking my whole life, all 31 years of its existence.
Really?
And, yeah, really. I started bike riding. Mom did not want to teach me how to ride a bike. because our experience with riding the bike, when we first moved here, my parents were still active duty military. And on the weekends, my mom would take me outside and be like, all right, son, we're going to go out and learn how to ride a bike today. And I flipped over a mailbox. And my mom never...
Wait, you flipped over a mailbox?
My mom took me down this, like, really slight incline, decline type thing going. I took off. I had a Titanic moment where I was thinking I was on top of the world, and boom, I flipped over the mailbox, and then the bike landed on top of me. And my mom just gave up. My dad wasn't here at the time. My dad was deployed to Kuwait, and that's when I met my best friend. My best friend, Brandon, was like, listen, I have the technology.
How old did you say you were at that time?
I was maybe 5 years old. I might have been 5, just turned 6. I remember I had just turned 6, and we just moved in this house. And I wanted to go ride bikes like everybody else. I had a brand new bike, brand new BMX bike that I could never ride. And when I met my best friend, Brandon came over my house in a Batman helmet and a blue towel and swore he was the Dark Knight. And was like, my name is Brendan. And I'm like, yo, I'm Al. How about you? I'm Alex. He's like, I could teach you how to ride. And it was literally like that movie, it was literally like The Matrix. Are you going to take the red or green pill? So I was like, screw it. Give me the red pill.
Hey guys, Marcus here, and be sure to subscribe to our full episodes on YouTube and get behind the scenes on Instagram. And if you have any community information, you can email us at blackonbikes@gmail.com. That's black without the S, onbikes@gmail.com. And if anybody asks you why you're so happy, tell them you're on that crank. You know?
When I turned 8, I start jumping over stuff, and I'm like, yo, I can do this. I can do this. And then I start jumping over bigger stuff. And then I start jumping over the biggest thing I could jump over. I was jumping city garbage cans just for sport. Yeah, my bike has really big tires. I modified the one that I ride around that you guys see me in the video. I modified that so I can cruise in the city. I also have a 29-inch Cannondale and a 27.5. Good Lord, I forgot the name of it. Is it Mongoose? I'm sorry. I had a 27.5 Mongoose that I had bought from the factory.
Right.
So
have you seen that the Diamondbacks brand is kind of making a comeback?
Oh, the Release 3. I rode a Diamondback Release 3, and I dare not tell you because I don't want my bike to hear this out loud, but it was magical. Like it responds to you, and it was like effortless to pedal it. I was doing wheelies at the little demonstration they had down here, and they actually let me take it on one of their agility courses. And I have to say that little lightweight mountain bike was definitely worth.
Is it alloy or is it carbon?
It's carbon, and it depends on which one you have. The hardtail is. I had the carbon fiber frame with the I think it was hydraulic and air shocked. I think it had hydraulic disc brakes, and it had like this air shock compressor, and it wasn't like a regular shock. It was like really it had a compressed shock on it, and it was like riding on the air. I thought it was beautiful. That I seen that price tag.
Yeah.
That price tag changed a lot. Yeah.
You know what? Fun. I haven't ridden. Now as a kid, I never forget I had like a yellow and black motocross bike, and I used to love those things. But I have yet, as an adult, actually hop on a mountain bike. and that's something that I said I am going to, venture into some mountain biking. It's just I'm kind of a little bit lazy when it comes to, hopping on a vehicle and then trying to drive to a trail or something like that. But so that's the reason why I guess I, ride road mostly now.
Right.
So tell me this. Actually tell the listeners, what are some cool trails in Augusta? Or, tell us what the
oh man,
like in Augusta.
I'm glad you asked, because on my YouTube channel and my vlog, I've gone over some of the trails that I like to ride on. It's the main one that I like to travel up, and it's called the Augusta Canal. And where I live at is in the historic district called Old Town. And from my apartment to the canal itself is literally 4.8 miles. And then you start the trail. The trail turns out to be exactly, if you start from the beginning and go up and go down, turns out to be 43 miles. This trail goes all the way to another jurisdiction. And the sightseeing part is the rapids, which is, I've shown you guys that before on the vlog.
Right.
And it's a part where it connects downtown Augusta to basically the countryside of Columbia County, Georgia, or what they call Martinez. And basically, once you get through the nature part, which is not Locking Dam, I'm sorry, that's another one. That's a good one too. But you get through the nature part, which is the Augusta Rapids. Well, excuse me, no, it's the I don't know if it's our side, we call it the Augusta Rapids. Yeah. Columbia County calls it something else. Now, I don't remember exactly, but don't quote me to it. But you get to the Columbia County side, there's a park where they got like everything, where there's a fire pit, they have barbecues, they have a nature reserve, they have kayaking, they have a special spot where you can go kayaking at and rent kayaks, you name it, it's there. They have a place, where they have weddings, they have a reception hall that's like really, really, really nice. And not only that, they have a historic part of the trail that actually tells you what's what, where you can see certain lookout points. And you know what? I'm gonna have to just send you some pictures, and actually, so I can actually show you. And that's not even the end of it. Now that's just like the halfway point. Right. There's a hill climb that you take to come out of the park, and the trail goes all the way up to I want to say there is a Walmart or something like that where there's a turnaround point, and it is straight hill climb. You might coast down a second, then you're right back into the climb again. It is literally 15 miles of hill climb, up and down hill climb. And if you do that and then turn around and come back, it's 43 miles. That's one of the most challenging pathways and areas we have here. And then there's another one that I like to go to called the Greenway, or it's in North Augusta, which is South Carolina. The Greenway is beautiful. Greenway is 15 miles.
Is it paved?
And it's paved. Yep.
Okay.
The Greenway is absolutely beautiful. There are shops on the Greenway. Mm-hmm. There's a neighborhood that it intersects with, and there's restaurants that it intersects with. The Greenway will literally take you everywhere in North Augusta's jurisdiction. And when I tell you it's an awesome little spot, it's got a hill climb. It's got this countryside thing going. The Greenway is the perfect way to ride in the 90-degree weather and not be phased, because it's all closed in. All it is everything is trees around you. There are some spots where you have to cross over some main roads, and those are big bridges. They put some money into putting this Greenway into play. And I think I'm going to do a big vlog about that when I get some friends to come down here and actually do it with me, so I can, hey, come experience this with me. And also on the Augusta Canal is also where a lot of the single track paths are, which is, you know, what I do with my friends on the weekends.
Are there any black-owned bicycle shops near you at all?
No, there are not any black-owned bicycle shops, and unfortunately,
I don't know if you heard of it, but there's Aztec Cycles in Stone Mountain, and then Shelly Demer has Twisted Spokes Cycles in Johns Creek, which is, you know, suburbs of Atlanta too as well. So
right. I was just about to say they're Atlanta owners. I've only been to the Atlanta area to ride my bike maybe 4 times. You heard of Critical Mass Atlanta?
No, I haven't heard of that. What's that?
Critical Mass is when everybody comes out on the last Friday of the month, and anybody who does anything involving a bike, they all meet at I don't want to even quote myself in saying that, but it's a park that's downtown Atlanta, and they ride the entire city, all 15 miles of the city jurisdiction, and it's thousands of people who come out and ride their bikes every last Friday. Yep. That was my first experience with dealing with anybody that, you know, rode bikes up that way, and I heard a couple of people mention Aztec bicycling. I've had people tell me to go check them out. They're really good with pricing, and they do good work. So that was my experience there in Atlanta. Yeah, you definitely got to check out Critical Mass, man.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know Twisted Spokes Shelly bicycle shop. She's like all mountain bike to the best of my knowledge.
Kidding.
Yeah, and she just had she did a tour through like Huntsville, Alabama, which is, you know, North Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Georgia. She put on like a women's. Yeah.
I definitely got to check that out. That's exciting.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm always big on black-owned businesses. That's just that. I'm, which is another reason why I do the vlog. I support locally black-owned businesses. I support local business. There's a cold pressed juice joint around the corner from my apartment called Humanitary House, and these guys have always supported my bike rides. They always make sure I'm okay. He's like, listen, we got to get you right. I'm going to make you a smoothie. We're going to do this right here. And it is black-owned. Black-owned, vegan, healthy, everything. Nothing in there. It is I guess you might as well just say.
I got to come to Augusta. Now you got me want to come to Augusta, man.
Dude, the guys, I did a vlog on it. It's called, I think it was Chillin' at Humanitary House. I did a vlog on it. His space is amazing. I'm telling you. When I tell you they are the healthiest thing in Augusta, dude, this man could tell you how this dude could tell you if you're not feeling well or not. He could tell you by looking at you how healthy you really are. And that's how vested he is in the health food game. And it's black owned. I think Big Brother is probably about 42, 43.
Okay.
And get this, that's not the best part. This man is an artist. This man has painted every picture in his building. When I tell you this man got an art gallery, bro, watch that episode and you'll see for yourself. That space, he took that space from being an old rundown bar and created an atmosphere that is unbelievable. In fact, I'll go over there today and I'll send you some video shots of it so you can actually see for yourself. It is absolutely beautiful in there.
I appreciate it, brother.
Definitely. Then if you come down, we got to do some riding.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I plan on, man, I really want to do like a full tour, probably starting in even the fall or either next spring. So I just want to do like a full tour, basically, probably from New York to back down to Alabama.
Hey, you let me know, I'll hook it up for you.
I got you, brother. But I'm definitely gonna come to Augusta though soon. I'm gonna come to Augusta and ride with you soon. Check that out, man. Definitely want to do that.
Definitely, it is a spot you definitely need to.
Let me ask you this. Now, I noticed that most of the blacks, who cycle, and the reason why I'm doing this podcast is pretty just to, bring us together more as a community and kind of find out what's going on in our community with regards to cycling. So, I noticed that most blacks, there are not many blacks like under the age of 35 that are actually cycling. Now, I wanted to get your take on that. I know you're 30, but you're one of the rare. 30. What you said, 31?
I'm 31. I'm 31. I ain't been 31 but a month now. It's all good.
But you one of the rare few that I've seen. there's a few here and there, but I'm saying largely, like even looking at my analytics and stuff like that, and looking at demographics show mostly, believe it or not, 35 to 54. So
right.
My take on that, I'll just give you my take, and then I want to hear your take on that. Is
okay.
I guess most of us who are under the age of 35 or preoccupied with more materialistic things and haven't realized they're really not self-aware as to who they are and the path or direction that they want to go. So people pleasing or material or club chasing or whatever case may be, they're preoccupied with with the world, I guess you could say, versus knowing who they are. And once you kind of get settled in and figure out who you are, whether you're 30 or 35, but 35 to 44 seems to be the age that people normally do that. So that's my take on it. So what you think is your observation of why blacks that are under the age of 35 are not as into cycling as much?
Well, I have to be honest with you when I tell you, there's a stereotype there, and, not to throw the race card in, but there's a stereotype there that cycling is just for white people. And I've heard people say that.
You're right. You're exactly right.
I hear people tell me all the time, like, why do you ride a bike? That's a white person's sport. And I correct them, and I'm like, you don't have a clue what you're talking about, do you? Because I can tell you right now, I am on 5 different pages where blacks on bikes, that's yours, the Black Cyclist, there's another one out there, the one I'm exclusively in is Mountain Biking for Life. Those are everybody on that one is black. There are plenty of black people who ride and cycle for sport. And there's also a commercial that I was a part of, and I was a part of the commercial they did for cycling awareness here. And it was done where they literally were saying, okay, one person would say who they wore in their daytime and who they wore as cycling. And I know one woman who was a black woman, she's an IT specialist. She said, my name is such and such. I'm an IT specialist. And then it comes over and says, I'm a cyclist. And you would see that it was more black people who were cycling in this commercial than it was anything else. And my whole build behind that is huh?
Oh, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. My whole build behind that is riding the bike is not a colored sport, or you got to be a specific age bracket, or you got to be black, white, green, or anything like that. Riding the bike is like golf. There's no such thing as you get it, you know how to do it, you're the bomb at it. You always have to improve on it. And that's what I think there are some people who are afraid of. They don't know versus, what me and you know. They're not educated on how it is that we see the bike riding game. You know, we're always trying to improve our endurance, our stroke. We're always trying to improve our handling. You know, how can I get deeper into the turns? How can I make this turn? Or in the mountain biking world, you know, this is an obstacle course, and I'm trying to navigate this skinny terrain over here. I'm trying to go through these little forked, skinny, what we call inclines. It just all depends. And Augusta is a bike friendly town, but it's not like North Augusta, where North Augusta is bike everything. Everything's so close.
Right.
You can bike. They got the greenway. You can park your bike. You can literally leave your bike outside of a business and nobody will bother it. And the stereotype here is black person on a bike. That's his form of transportation. He's some kind of crumb bum and ain't got blah, 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 blah. If we could educate a few people about it, which is, you know, what I try to do on a regular basis.
Well, look,
I give you another one.
Go ahead.
I give you another one real quick. I was riding the bike. I stopped off at a little spot down here called New Moon Cafe. And I'm not saying anything negative about it because New Moon Cafe is mwah. I love their food. They're really nice. They're fresh, healthy-based place. Cool. No problem. And this other lady was like, oh, do you need me to get anything for you? And I'm like, huh? Me? And I thought about it. I was like, no, I'm good. I got it. And she's like, you sure? You know where you're at, right? And I'm like, huh? Lady, I'm trying to go in here and get me some apples and some bacon. What are you doing? What's the problem? And then it dawned on me. She thought I was a homeless man riding a bike.
No, man.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. You got to change your colors from the on your kit from the trail.
You know what?
Something brighter.
Man, I got to do something. Because now I kid you not. Now, not throwing the race thing in there, but, you know, there are some white folks that come to the same place after the ride on Saturday, and it seems like white people around here are the only cyclists that are acknowledged as road bike cyclists versus us mountain bikers, different discipline, but we're still cyclists.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I get it. You know, the mountain bikers, mountain biking community doesn't seem to have the same level of, respect, you know, lack of better words.
Yep.
As so, yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yep, we are degenerates who like to jump over everything. We're wild, we're crazy, we like to drink, we smoke, you name it.
Or, you know, most people perceive mountain bikers, you know, from my observation, as just casual riders. They don't know the difference between, you know, a beach cruiser really versus a mountain bike.
Exactly.
Casual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
the one thing you will never catch me on is a milk truck. I don't need the bell or the basket and the pretty little cute pink job and all that. I don't need all that. That is a violation of policy. It is against my religion.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I got a couple more things real quick.
Shoot.
Let's see here. What is your favorite genre of music?
I listen to house music.
And let's see here. What does cycling mean to you?
Cycling is freedom.
You know what? That's the exact same word. Because I was just about to sum it up in one word. And I was going to say freedom for me and ask you to go. So that's crazy.
Freedom.
Definitely freedom. And you know what? I think that's the general consensus in the cycling community, because usually when you ask somebody, they will say the same thing, man, freedom.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you're not cycling, guess what? You're missing
out.
You're still in bondage.
Yep. You're missing out. So I tell people all the time, like, man, y'all, everybody asks me, you know, why are you always on that bike? I said, it's my addiction. You don't understand?
Right.
This is my thing. When you're on that bike, you see things that you normally would not see from riding in a car or walking.
Right.
You experience. There's nothing like having the wind in your hand and the wind on your face, music in your ear, and you pedaling.
It's not even that. Cycling is not even so much as what you see. It is an experience, full body, mind, spiritual experience. I think, to me anyway. All right, got another question for you. Actually, that's the last one, I think. What country or city would you like to visit and do a like an overnight cycle or a tour cycle in? Just to
Amsterdam.
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 Gotcha. Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
All
right. That no question. Amsterdam.
Why do you say Amsterdam?
Amsterdam is designed for cycling. And from what I've seen in Casey's vlogs and some of my other like YouTube star vlogs that I watch with some of my biggest idols, Amsterdam has paths just for biking. That's all around the country, everywhere. And I hear China, or is it Tokyo? I hear Tokyo has like the city modernized paths, and I'm loving that. Like, but Amsterdam has that. You can ride it, you can boat in the water. It has that romantic thing going on, and I would love to just take the mountain bike, which I hear they make cases for now, that you can ship with you while you're on a flight.
Right.
I just want to go. Like, if that is a bucket list item for me, like I gotta go. Before I leave this earth, or before I get too sick to not be able to ride anymore, I want to go to Amsterdam, even if it is for 24 hours.
Right.
Right.
And you know what? Europe is so far ahead of us when it comes to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, I'm watching you, and so you was talking while.
Yeah, that's why I can't. That's why I figured I'd do live real quick.
Yeah, that's cool. But so Europe is so far ahead of us when it comes to cycling, innovations for us, the cities and infrastructure and things of that sort. Mm-hmm. So, and we have to realize this country is only about 200 years old. So, whenever someone comes from Europe or from the West, they always say that everything here looks so new. And to me, being, I was in the Navy for 10 years, so, traveling throughout Greece and all of that stuff like that. The United States actually lacks character when it comes to architecture. It's really kind of boring once you go to other places and come back.
Mm-hmm.
As far as architecture goes. But hey, man, I appreciate all your time, man. I can't believe we've been on here right at an hour, man.
Okay, cool.
All right, bro. Thanks a lot, man.
No problem. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Bye.
Later.
Hey guys, Marcus here, and be sure to subscribe to our full episodes on YouTube and get behind the scenes on Instagram. And if you have any community information, you can email us at blackonbikes@gmail.com. That's black without the S, onbikes@gmail.com. And if anybody asks you why you're so happy, tell them you're on that crank. You know.